Hi, I'm Dustin Abbott, and what you're about to see is one of the reviews done by Craig over on our other channel, Let the Light In TV. So before we jump into the video, I want to recommend that you go over and take a look at the channel and subscribe there, as Craig is able to do reviews there that I just don't have time to fit in on this main channel. And so be sure to subscribe there and so that you get all of the new content. I wanted to share this video today, however, because I haven't had the time to review it myself, and I thought this was something that you, as my audience, might be interested in. So without further ado, let's dive in and take a look at today's review.
Hi, I'm Craig Christoffersen. Welcome to Let the Light In TV. Today we have Freewell streak filters. These come in two colors, both blue and gold. We have them both. You're going to see footage of both. And these are going to run you $100 American or $160 Canadian. Now, according to my research, this is really quite middle of the road pricing. It's a comfortable price point. I saw streak filters for both $70 American and streak filters for $150, $180 even American dollars. So $100 is really quite a comfortable middle of the road price point for a streak filter. Now, why would you get a streak filter? Really, this is if you are trying to recreate the anamorphic lens flare effect. And of course, this is coming at a margin of the price. And so you don't have to buy the expensive anamorphic lens, you just buy the streak filter and then you're good to go. So these Freewell streak filters, they come in three pieces, and they come with what Freewell are calling a quick swap system, which is really nice to use. So it comes in three pieces. The first one is the actual ring that's going to go on the lens. And so they come with kind of these little textured edges, and the first piece goes on, and then we have the actual streak filter itself, and this is magnetic right here, and so that just pops on. And the nice thing about this kind of Freewell system is that if you have, for example, an ND filter from Freewell, if you have their mist filter, which just kind of makes the light a little bit softer and glow a little bit more, then all of that just stacks on top in a magnetic fashion. Additionally, the nice thing when it comes to this being a magnetic attachment, specifically for the streak filter, is that if your lines here in the filter are horizontal and you want to redirection the position of your flares, then you just twist it and it's still completely secured, and now you have different directional flares coming in through your scene. Finally, the third piece is of course the lens cap, and that just pops on top, all magnetic. So the build quality of these is really nice, solid build. I like this little red flare aesthetic addition. I think it looks really quite sharp, and it's also very, very thin, but well made. But it's thin, so it's not taking up a whole lot of space. It's not really adding any weight at all. And so that is really quite nice. Great build quality, full marks on it, absolutely. Now, moving on, of course, what we're worried about today is how does it look? How does it perform? Well, it performs really quite good. Now, when I first got these streak filters, I wasn't so into them just because I wasn't free thinking of what the possibilities are with these things. And so I went outside for the first test, and it was a beautiful sunny day, no clouds at all, pure blue sky, and our bright, bold sun. And so of course that, you know, the brightest light source you can possibly have was shining down onto the scene, and I've got my streak filter and it's creating these bold lines. Now, just to note, if you're doing an f-stop of like f10 to f20, f22, whatever your f-stop goes to, you're gonna get these ridges inside your actual flare. So just to know, open up, and then you're gonna get rid of that if that's a problem you're having. So anyways, we have these big, bold flares coming through, and I am not, I mean, if you like that, you know, then you like that, that's fine, your creative freedom, but I'm not a fan of that. So I want, you know, these nice, soft flares coming through, and so as I learned to use it, I began to enjoy the streak filters a whole lot more. So I found, you know, whenever I was not using the streak filters, before I had them, I wasn't always thinking about lighting and where it's coming from and how to put it and add it on all these kind of things. But when I got the streak filters, it forced my mind to think about lighting. Where is it coming from? How is a flare going to add to the scene that I am trying to create? And so it really got me to push the way I was thinking about what I was shooting. And so it made me think about, how is this flare going to come in directionally and add to the scene and make it look nice? And so this is my favorite shot of the day from that day, and it's got this nice soft lens flare going across the scene, and that is really where I like and I personally think these streak filters really shine, is when you get those nice soft flares coming and just adding a little bit of depth and texture. That's my opinion. Today, it's overcast, still a lot of light coming through, but today I was shooting inside with the streak filters, and you can see the results here. I'll have them playing. And this is where I started to enjoy it even more, when I had the freedom to just play around. And what I did is I put my watch down on the table, and I had my phone flashlight, just my iPhone, put the flashlight on, and was shining it both at the watch, which can make it dazzle a little bit and have some flares popping off the watch, or you can switch the phone around and point it into the lens and have it directing that way and create some different flare lines and flare depths. And so if you bring it a little bit more away from the lens, then you're going to create kind of a little bit of a harsher line. But as I brought it in and around and just kind of at the corner of the filter, then it created this nice light soft beam that was shining in through the scene. And this is where I really started to enjoy it, and where I really found was the streak filter's strength, is just playing around with the lighting. And my kind of top tip, and again, my opinion, but my top tip for getting the most out of these streak filters is to have a nice, soft, diffused light source that's going to come in and give you that soft lens flare. And really, you can use these lens flares to direct your viewer's attention, or to add a little bit of layer and color into your scene, as exemplified here, both through the videos and the photos. So as you can see from the footage, I believe that these Freewell streak filters really provide you a wonderful creative option to direct viewers' attention, to add some color, to add some depth and some texture into the scene and into your footage. I think it's a wonderful creative outlet, and really it gets you to start thinking about lighting and what's going on, and it's going to push you to become a better videographer. A nice little creative tool in your kit. So if you would like to purchase these streak filters, then the links are down below. You can subscribe to Dustin Abbott. You can go and buy some merch. Whatever you want to do, it's all down below. Other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day, and remember to let the light in.